Well, we got good weather.
Good.
You let me know, John. We're just.
All right, ready.
Well, good evening or good afternoon to everyone. It is a pleasure to stand before you here today because today we are once again announcing something that we've wanted to do for this community for quite some time. Following through on yet again a promise for West New York. As mayor of this wonderful community, it is an absolute pleasure to be able to make this announcement, not only in front of you, but with the people that are behind me, who have been working towards these goals, these projects, and the people that are also behind me that are going to continue working on these projects. Because as we all know, West New York deserves it, and as it pertains to this site, West New York's children deserve it. As we all know, this is the most densely populated area in our nation, which means small amount of space for a large amount of people. And within those people are our children. And as a community, it is our duty, it is our responsibility to provide those children with the best level of education that we can provide. And we take great pride as a community, as a Board of Education, as a municipality, in bringing the best services to all our residents, which include our children, who are also residents. And so we stand before a site that has been empty for quite some time, but in the very near future, it will not be. It will not be because we will be building a new school for our children, for the children of West New York, because they deserve it. And so as mayor, to be able to present yet another project, a positive project for this community, to have the support of the school board, the support of the community, the support of people who have cared for West New York for many, many years, it is a pleasure. At this time, I'd like to introduce someone who has had a vision for this site and for the expansion of our schools, and that is our superintendent, Clara Brito Herrera.
Thank you, Mayor. And good afternoon to all present here today. It is such a great day to be able to stand here today finally and say that we have been giving a lot of the money for the construction of our new school finally after so many years having an empty lot that had been originally purchased by the School Development Authority for that purpose and that purpose only, to expand our overcrowded classes and be able to give our kids and our students the future that they deserve in state-of-the-art classrooms. Right now, we have taken an assessment. Thank you. We have taken an assessment of the needs of our school district, and at this point, our need lies in our middle school. Our middle school is overcrowded. It was built back years ago, and it was supposed to host about 785 students maximum. Right now, we have 1,100 students sitting in our middle school with only a configuration of grades 7 and 8, when it should be 6, 7, and 8. We will be able to meet that goal once we open our new middle school, because this is what we're going to be building here. A new middle school for 6, 7, and 8th graders, state of the art, where they don't have to go to school. They won't have to go to the stage to have instrumental music class. They'll have a beautiful state-of-the-art music class. They'll be able to develop in their STEAM lessons and be able to learn for the future careers of the United States of America and worldwide that have not been invented yet, because that is what we're giving our students today in West New York. And I'm going to say that I'm pleased to be with the people that are surrounding me today, because they have been championing behind the same concept for many years to come. And I've been fighting for the same reason for years. So I want to thank the Board of Education President, Adam Parkinson. I want to thank the Mayor. And I want to render the microphone over to the person that really saw the vision from day one. And that is our Congressman, Avi Osiris, who made this happen today. He's an educator, and as an educator, he knows that the future lies in education, and empowering our future is educating our students of West New York. And this lot will soon become the second middle school of the West New York School District for 6, 7, and 8. And remember, at no tax dollar to any taxpayer in West New York. I'm a taxpayer in West New York. It will be free of charge for every taxpayer and for every child in our school district. Thank you. And now, my honor and pleasure to introduce our Congressman and educator, Abio Sears.
Well, I'm down to a former educator.
Well, you're still an educator.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Look, for years, one of the goals that we set out in the first administration was to make sure that the children of West New York had the best schools possible.
Sorry.
That is one of the reasons that we built 6 schools, all top-of-the-line schools, and we needed one more. And this site over here that is owned by the state, and it was owned by the state for all those years, was supposed to be a new school that we got the money for, and we designed it, but the following administration after me took the money and put it someplace else. And it's been lingering in there, an open lot. We cannot do anything other than put a school here, because this lot is owned by the state. So when I first started filling the community out, I called the governor's office, and I told her, look, we're getting a surge in students in West New York. It is time that we build the school that we need. And we have a wonderful concept. We have a middle school on 57th Street, which is going to serve the students from 60th to 49, and we're going to have a middle school here that is going to serve the students from 60 to 67th Street. That means that the students here don't have to walk all the way over to 57th Street. This will be a school that is the state of the art. So I am here today to support this group of candidates for the Board of Ed. Henry Codina, Aileen Moet, Sandra File, and Stephanie Gonzalez. These are the candidates that I am supporting for the school board. These are the candidates that have the right vision for the town of West New York. So I'm happy to be here with the mayor, commissioners, who all share the same vision that we have. I remember when I first became mayor, we had 2 schools that were over 100 years old. That's no longer the case. We have state-of-the-art schools for the children of West New York. And this school will be a state-of-the-art also. And I know that these candidates are going to win the election, and they're going to work hard to make sure that the children of West New York have nothing but the best. There's no reason that we cannot have a great school where the kids can go and feel proud they attended the school. I am a product of West New York. I am a product of grammar school. I am a product of the high school. I came back to teach here, and I know that education is what got me to move forward. I would not have reached some of the goals that I reached without the education that I received here in West New York. And I want to give that same opportunity to the children of West New York. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much to our candidates. And now I think I turn it over to the president of the Board of Education, one of our brightest. So Adam, take over.
Thank you, Congressman. And I want to make sure that it's crystal clear. I'm not speaking today as a school board member. I'm not speaking today as a school board president. I'm speaking today as a resident of this town, as someone who graduated from Memorial High School, raised by a single mother, was part of the West New York School District, someone who has lived education and has taught in classrooms. When I say on April 25th, the only option for our school district in West New York is for your children's future, and on April 25th, I will gladly be voting for Henry Codina, Aileen Jover, Sandra File, and Stephanie Gonzalez, your children's future. These are quality candidates who are going to make sure that this plot of land that's owned, and it's been emphasized many times, by the School Development Authority. The School Development Authority, contrary to what some may believe, builds schools. And this is going to be the site of a new school. These 4 candidates that are here are going to make sure that the School Development Authority and the school that is going to be here gets built for our middle school students. Expanding it is going to be an incredible opportunity for this community. We have Henry Codina, Lieutenant Henry Codina, who has done just about everything in the police department. He was one of the founders, really, of the Junior Police Academy, worked with DARE, has specialized in school security for so many years, and he's going to be a critical voice on the school board. He's a parent, he is a product of the school district, and he is going to do a phenomenal job ensuring that our students are always safe when they come to school. Aileen Jover is someone who I am particularly inspired by, someone who came through our school's bilingual education program, graduated from our school district, from Memorial High School, completed her degree in communications at Fairleigh Dickinson University, is currently serving on the school board, and is advocating for so many of the students in our district, no matter who they are. We have Sandra File, who's also sitting on the school board, someone who I've known for quite some time, because, funny enough, Sandra's father actually, worked at #1 school with my mother for many years. She is the product of educators. She worked in the West New York School District primarily with pre-kindergarten and elementary students. Is a parent in this district. She's a very proactive parent who got on the school board as soon as her kid was entered into pre-K program here in West New York. She is an active parent and she cares a lot about this community. Our last candidate is Stephanie Gonzalez, who is running for our 1-year term. And in 1 year, it's hard to do a lot on the school board in 1 year, but I'm very confident that Stephanie is going to be hitting the ground running, another product of our school system. And she's very passionate about social emotional learning. You know, after the pandemic, there was so many different issues that our kids faced, our educators faced, our parents faced. The pandemic was a once-in-a-lifetime health emergency that I'm very proud to see West New York come out of. And social emotional learning is a very important thing, and her expertise, whether it be in recreation, whether it be in the library, is going to be critical to ensuring that our students get that support that they need. So once again, this is the team, Your Children's Future, and they are going to be fighting very hard for your children's future. And we all look forward to supporting them on April 25th. Thank you so much. Yes, we also have a number of school board members here, starting with Vice President Jonathan Castaneda, Trustee Jose Ruben Mendoza, Trustee Ana Sanchez, and of course our 2 sitting trustees who are going to be running for re-election, Aileen Jover and Sandra File. If there's any questions from the media, we'll entertain them now.
Thanks, Adam. So, what's the cost? I know you said it would be no cost to the taxpayer, but still, what would the cost be, and what would the timeline be of getting the school up and open?
We're still in those preliminary conversations with the School Development Authority. I know that the superintendent has had a number of different conversations with them in terms of the design phase and really outlining what the classrooms are going to be looking at. There is a great opportunity that is going to be at no taxpayer expense to the local residents of West New York. The School Development Authority is going to be the one to build this. And yeah, they've built many of the schools here in West New York.
The money has been allocated already for the school.
How much are we talking about?
We don't know the exact amount until the preliminary design phase gets undergone. Yeah,
So-
the commitment is there, that means that the money is there.
It was probably, the congressman had called, I want to say September 8th, and the school was approved September 9th. When you have someone like a United States congressman fighting for his community and fighting for and advocating for a place like West New York, things really get moving very quickly. So we're very lucky that we had him championing this school, just like he's done for so many of the schools in West New York.
What I'm saying is this lot that you see behind me belongs to the School Development Authority. They only build schools. It has been sitting here empty for many years because when the money was here to build at the time it was an elementary school for the overcrowdedness, that's what the designation would have been. One of the former superintendents took the money and allocated it somewhere else in the district, and the school never got built. So years later, governors came and went, and the money disappeared. We didn't have the money for the school. Now it's a real commitment because the money has been allocated. I have had the phone conversations, and I'm in meetings constantly with the Department of Education for the preliminary designs of this building and the designation, which will be, according to our need, a middle school, no longer an elementary. By moving the 6th grade out into this new middle school and the former middle school, we will have enough room and space to accommodate all the other overcrowded needs at our elementary schools, because we will be evacuating those 6th graders out of our 6 elementary schools. So we'll be putting 6, 7, and 8 in the 2 state-of-the-art buildings and in feasible spaces for academic learning. Right now, we don't have those spaces in our present middle school. So to say that this school will not be built, I think it's not a realistic concept because it is already being built. So there cannot be anything else on this site because School Development Authority only purchases land to construct school buildings at no taxpayers' money because we're a former Abbott district. So we get that entitlement, okay?
Thank you. And real quick follow-up, do you have an estimate how many students would attend this school?
Right now, we're talking about 1,100 students in our present middle school. If we bring our 6th graders, I'm going to say it's going to be pretty tight, from 650 to 700.
Thank you very much.
Anybody else? Let me just add that there's no reason why we can build a recreation center someplace else. Just this site is not available for a recreation center. I'm also committed to doing a recreation center, just not at this site.